This is Gate World, that's gotta be a record, and this is Stargate SG-1 Season 4 in about 10 minutes. Watch out for spoilers for this season of the show. We won't talk about every episode, but we are going to cover all the major story points you need to know. Let's recap. SG-1 beamed up the Stargate to escape Thor's ship as it was crashing into the ocean, stopping the Replicators from gaining a foothold in our galaxy. A week later, the Beta Gate from Antarctica is finally up and running at the S.G.C, and Jack, Sam, and teal'c return home.
You've gotta... Don't touch it.
Thor arrives to ask for help once again, this time to save his homeworld. Sam accompanies him to help the Asgard come up with a dumb idea, eventually using her out-of-the-box human thinking to blow up their new O'Neill-class battleship and destroy the enemy vessels. Meanwhile, back on Earth, a single replicator that survived the crash has found its way onto a Russian submarine. Jack and teal'c lead a team on board to destroy the bugs, and barely make it out alive. The Urandans offer Earth all their advanced technology in exchange for heavy water to power their deuterium generators. They're fighting a world war and are on the brink of destruction. O'Neill is on board, but Daniel wants to learn more about their enemy first. When it becomes clear that Alar and his people started the war in an attempted racial genocide, Jack and the team retreat and leave them to their fate. A Tok'ra scientist shows up to request that the team participate in an experiment. Anise has discovered technology left behind by an extinct race, which gives the wearer enhanced strength, speed, and just about everything else. But it doesn't work on Tok'ra or Jaffa.
Your strength is 5 times that of a normal human.
So, no increase then, huh?
But it also affects their judgment, and Jack, Sam, and Daniel go rogue to infiltrate an enemy shipyard and destroy Apophis' new mothership. When the armbands fail, teal'c has to rescue them from behind enemy lines. teal'c's old flame, Shanak, arrives claiming to have communicated with her larval Goa'uld, convincing it to join the Tok'ra resistance. Tanith eventually gets a host, only to murder her in cold blood. teal'c is going to have to play it cool though. The Tok'ra know that Tanith is a spy, and they plan to feed him bad information and use him against the System Lords. As Earth and the Tok'ra move to formalize their alliance with a treaty, a brainwashed S.G.C officer tries to assassinate High Chancellor Persis. Anise claims that her new toy can suss out any more brainwashed Zatarks among them. She scans everyone before the summit, and O'Neill and Carter end up with false positives, because during their questioning they hid their personal feelings for each other. Both are cleared in time to stop the real brainwashed assassin. Martouf, no! Carter is forced to kill her friend. An alien archaeologist activates an ancient time loop machine that lands Jack and teal'c in their own personal Groundhog Day. They experience the same 10 hours over and over, going from frustrated...
I know this one. Magnets.
To learning a few new tricks, to just plain losing it.
Lose it. It means go crazy. Nuts. Insane. Bonzo. No longer in possession of one's faculties. 3 fries short of a happy meal. Wacko!
The Stargate won't dial out, and the team is in for a shock when they find out why. After Thor's ship crashed, Russia scooped up the Stargate from the bottom of the ocean, and they've been operating their own secret program in Siberia. SG-1 goes inside with Dr. Svetlana Markov, and finds everyone dead and an active Stargate that has blown way past the 38-minute limit. One near-fatal submarine trip later and the gate is shut down, conflict with alien lifeforms living in the water is averted, and the turncoat Colonel Mayborn is taken into custody.
Holy frozen bad guys.
Daniel makes a new friend when he visits the original homeworld of the Goa'uld and is captured by a primitive young Unas named Chaka. Jack tries to destroy an advanced alien terraformer before it wipes out the Incarans, a tribe of people they just helped to resettle, and the team is brainwashed and put to work underground on P3R-118. Goofy conspiracy theorist Martin Lloyd contacts Colonel O'Neill claiming that he is from outer space, and hey, it turns out he actually is. Martin and these guys are deserters who fled a war and are now hiding on Earth. Martin's former compatriots drugged him to make him forget the truth. Area 51 has cannibalized the 2 Death Gliders from Apophis' foiled attack on Earth, and they've made a ship of their own, the X-301. Colonel O'Neill joins teal'c for a test flight under the watchful eye of Lieutenant General Vadreen. But Apophis,
The scum-sucking, slimy snake-ass Apophis,
installed a recall device in his gliders, and the tiny ship hurtles uncontrolled on a trajectory out of the solar system. Only a cargo ship with an emergency assist from Jacob Carter can reach them in time. Daniel Jackson discovers that the Goa'uld Osiris was trapped in a canopic jar on Earth and has now escaped. But the creature isn't in his old friend and rival Stephen Rayner. It's taken Daniel's ex-girlfriend, Sarah Gardner, as its new host. Osiris finds a ship buried in Egypt and escapes. Now with Sokar's fleet under his control, Apophis moves to consolidate his forces against the combined might of the System Lords. He'll meet with his rival Heru inside the Tobin minefield. Jacob and SG-1 have a risky plan to sabotage their summit, reprogramming one of the mines to target the Goa'uld ships and set off a chain reaction. But Apophis has an ace in the hole, a cloaked fleet, which soaks up the damage while his mothership makes its escape. With Heru dead, Apophis can absorb his enemy's fleet into his own. He's now a greater threat than ever before. General Hammond shocks the team by abruptly announcing his retirement. But Jack learns that the powerful people behind the rogue NID operation blackmailed the general by threatening his grandchildren. O'Neill enlists the help of the disgraced Harry Mayborn, who he springs from jail to dig up blackmail material on none other than Senator Kinsey. Hammond is reinstated, and that slippery old Mayborn gets away. 10 years in the future, the Goa'uld have been defeated, and Earth is living in peace with their new allies, the Ashen. But Sam learns that she and her husband Joe cannot have children, and their advanced new friends are to blame. The Ashen are systematically sterilizing Earth's population, a slow invasion by attrition. SG-1 must reunite to send a message back in time to themselves to prevent the S.G.C. from ever meeting the Ashen on a visit to P4C 970. But it costs all of them their lives. A return to Abydos introduces Daniel and the team to Shifu, the child of Sha're and Apophis, who has rapidly grown into childhood under the care of Oma Dasala. He is a Harcesis, possessing all the knowledge of the Goa'uld through genetic memory, and the team wants to access that intel to use against the enemy. Instead, Shifu gives Daniel a realistic and disturbing dream that shows him why the evil in his subconscious must never be set loose. Evil is all-consuming. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, and
the only way to win is to deny it battle.
As Oma teaches.
the trippy light show inside this abandoned Goa'uld palace isn't just highly addictive. Being without it also causes people to end themselves. Major Carter takes a headstrong Air Force cadet named Jennifer Haley under her wing, showing her the future that awaits her in the Stargate program if she can get that giant chip off her shoulder. And an energy-based entity zaps a Malp, travels backward through the Stargate, and infects the base like a computer virus. It even takes control of Major Carter herself. Harlan arrives from Altair to reveal that SG-1's robot doubles have been going on their own missions through the Stargate, and now they've failed to return home. The real SG-1 heads to the planet Juna, where they find that Robot Daniel lost his head, Robot teal'c and Carter are being studied by the Goa'uld, and Cronus has seized control of the planet. O'Neill will have to make peace with himself and team up with Robot Jack to rescue them. Oh, and the teal'cs kill Cronus and get revenge for the murder of their father. And SG-1 takes possession of his big honkin' spaceship. In the 4th season finale, Tanith is finally due for some comeuppance. The Tok'ra reveal that they've been using him against his masters, but he manages to escape and signal Apophis. With teal'c laser-focused on revenge, Sam and Jacob come up with their most ambitious plan yet. Apophis is bringing his fleet to Vorash, and they want to evacuate the Tok'ra and then drop the Stargate into the sun.
We want to blow it up.
Wow. That's, ambitious.
The Carters dial the black hole planet and release the gate. After chasing Tanith back down to the surface, teal'c is shot and presumed dead. Jack barely makes it back alive, and the team jumps into hyperspace as the sun goes nova, decimating Apophis forces. But, of course, there's a wrinkle. The energy from the blast drastically affected their hyperspace window, hurtling SG-1 to a distant galaxy, 125 years from home at maximum speed. And Apophis is here too. Things go from bad to worse when the story picks up in Season 5. Stick with Gateworld for the next video in the series. As you're doing your rewatch, you can find full episode guides with analysis, behind-the-scenes intel, and more on our website at gateworld.net.